They called me Stephen, but they never explained that I'll lose it one day to the cracks in the system. Someone made an error at the registry board. They called me STV and my complaints they ignored. They said somehow I fell into the cracks of the system. When I was 12, I joined the Air Cadets. Spit polished shoes, a uniform I'd get, but the clothing seemed to fall into the cracks of the system. The cracks of the system don't seem very wide. Once you're pushed in, become a great divide. Today all it takes is one keyboard stroke. Your life gets screwed while they laugh and joke. 16 years later, my wife and I split. We went to court to divide our shit. The judge recognized the CA worker was there. There was no complaint, but he didn't care. He pushed me into another crack in the system. Then one day in 1992, the CA called and asked me what to do. My ex and my daughter would constantly fight. Would I take my kids and try to give them a life? I told them yes. Avoid the cracks in the system. On a summer's day in 2001, I left my backyard into town I'd run. I bumped into the man who used the cracks of the system. All those years of violence were standing right there. Just across my fence, I stood there in terror. I do admit the thought crossed my mind, but that scared me so much help I tried to find. I went to my doctor. He set me up with an appointment to see a specialist, someone to deal with trauma and pain, try to help me feel whole again. But 2 months later, in my living room, on TV I saw the most terrible boom. A jet had crashed into a tower in the cracks of the system. The cracks of the system don't seem very wide. Once you're pushed in, become a great divide. Today all it takes is one keyboard stroke. Your life gets screwed while they laugh and joke. My appointment to the doctor suddenly disappeared. It seems all that chaos brought up too much fear. So 2 months later, no help in sight, I contemplated taking my life. I found a bottle of vodka my wife had hid. I picked it up and twisted the lid. As I got drunk, a thought came to mind. No statute of limitations limitations for violent crime. So I pick up the phone and call the police. I told them the story of that man's dirty deeds. I wanted him charged, they ignored my pleas, and 30 minutes later had me down on my knees in the cracks of the system. I got arrested for all the things I said, baited by officers who sat and laughed instead. I finally got the appointment for my mental health, but forensics got me first and the helpful one shelved, all due to cracks in the system. 13 years later, my sister came to say my grandkids were in danger of being given away. My sister told me she'd give me her house. We tried to raise them till my daughter got help. I turned her down, I just couldn't climb out from the cracks of the system. The cracks of the system don't seem very wide. Once you're pushed in, become a great divide. Today all it takes is one keyboard stroke. Your life gets screwed while they laugh and joke, because everyone is on crunch in the system. Because everyone is on crack in the system.